Welcome everyone to this LinkedIn Live. My name is Maike Benner and I'm your host. I'm here live, regular basis, Friday noon is my new time. And I'm here to talk to you about various topics all about business development and entrepreneurship. So the topic of today is suddenly CEO. And I will spend the next few minutes talking about my experience, how I suddenly turned into a CEO, and what are the learnings and takeaways I would like you to have. So I'm an expert in marketing and branding. I'm heavily involved consulting, coaching companies and individuals on LinkedIn. So this is why you might say, oh, well, suddenly CEO, what a catchy marketing title. And the answer is yes and no. Of course, it's not like one day you wake up and someone knocks on your door and says, congratulations, you might not have known, but you actually had this uncle, niece, aunt, whatever, and you just inherited a kingdom. Now go for it. Of course, that doesn't happen. But still, for me to turn into a CEO, to lead now Malish as the head of the organization, that actually came all of a sudden. And how did this come about? So, those of you who do not know me and do not know my corporate history, let me tell you this. 3 years ago, I founded this company, Malish. And I didn't do it on my own. I teamed up with my best friend, Lily Rode. And together, after many years in the food and beverage industry, in various positions, all involved with customer service, pricing, tools and systems, marketing, product management, we said, we have the skills, we're equipped, we're going to start our own company. So this is why I started out as a co-founder. I've always seen myself as a co-founder, and I still am. And that was one of the best experience ever in my life. So people who struggle, have an idea, don't know what they're doing, where they're going. One of my recommendations is really team up with someone. If you have someone that's dear to your heart, as Lily is to me, and vice versa, then of course think about starting your business with a friend, with your best friend, with a colleague, with whomever. Some tips will follow at the end of the session because it's not just all about just doing what you love. It's also it's got a lot to do with structures, strategies, and with clear agreements. But I'm standing here today. This is my third day as the sole CEO of our joint company, Manish. I'm now the sole head, so the go-to person, the face of Manish when it comes to official tasks. And not only, I'm also the one that's going to bring our company to a new digitized level, which means online libraries, sales funnels, automated systems, contact messages, coachings, consultations, and so on. And I'm not only doing this for Malish, but I'm also doing it for other customers, for our customers as well. And why is this? Because change is the only constant. And this is what I've always said. So this was one of my things I always said. Lily always used to say, walk the talk. And we both said, there is no right between entrepreneurship and being in the corporate world. Quite the contrary, they go hand in hand. And the easiest thing, or the easiest word creation we came up with, was to call the whole thing compreneur. So compreneur is a mix of company and entrepreneurship. That's how you spell it. And that's what we came up with, saying embrace the two, network, connect, do business together, and change from one to the other. So Lily did just that. So this Wednesday, she joined a company as a full-time employee to build up their customer service team from scratch. It's also a startup company, which is amazing, so that we're still in the startup sphere, very closely connected to that. And because it's an intense job, and they said, well, we want your commitment. We trust in you. We want you to lead that. And we want you to do that full time. Lily, with her commitment, saying, well, I walk the talk, I go in, and I dedicate myself 100% what I said I would do to. She came to me and said, well, Maike, I have this great opportunity. And this is a decision for Manish and not against Manish. Do you think we can make it work? Is there a way where I can be a full-time compreneur, so working at daytime for her new employer and working at Manish in the evenings? Maike, is there an opportunity to do that? And I said, yes. I said, I don't know how, how we can make this work, but we said we were. And this is a great time, a great opportunity, and doing what you said you're doing is going to add another level into our credibility. It's going to resonate with our customers, with our network. And so many great opportunities can come out of this for Manish as well. And this is where we are. So 15th of September, Lily said, I'm going to join. She's just over the street. And not only that, she's with me watching this LinkedIn Live. So hi, Lily. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Well, I'm the best, but you certainly are the best too. So how is it going to be structured, and what can you take out of it in your own specific role? So, as I said, not being alone is probably the number one wish anyone has. So either if you start your own company, if you decide to do it part-time, so become a sidepreneur, so what Lily is doing. Everyone says to be on my own, to really say goodbye or add something, have the challenge or embrace the challenge, that is super tough to do. This is why after all these years, I'm absolutely convinced if you have someone you can do it with that person and evaluate that. And the number one thing that goes throughout this LinkedIn Lives, don't do it alone. Don't do anything alone. So even if you say, well, you're teaming up with someone, but that's still being on your own. You need someone to advise you. And in my opinion, you need several people to advise you. So first of all, you need to think of the legal structures. So that's where you need a tax consultant, an attorney, someone who's really into that topic, so that you structure your company from the beginning in a way that you know that the legal stuff is not going to go into your way. You need a sparring partner, someone who really challenges you, who sits together with you and analyzes you. What are your plans, your dreams? What's your vision and mission? Is the probability high enough for you to be successful as a company and to not jeopardize your friendship? And thirdly, you need to get together with your new business partner. Write down a code of conduct and really commit to that. And the easiest way is to do that also with a coach who helps you along. So that is super, super, super important if you do that with someone. If you're not doing it with someone, if you're totally on your own, even more so, get some assistance. I was of the opinion when I first started out that I was well educated, had a positive mindset, knew how to connect with people, wasn't there on my own, that I didn't need anyone. Starting a business from scratch cannot be all that difficult. There's so many tools out there. Much of the support is actually for free, starting from tools, but you can also apply for certain grants or startup funding, why not just do it? But the bare fact, after 3.5 years of having the idea, after 3 years of founding that company, is, well, don't waste time. Time is the most precious thing. Get someone, get help, and do it with someone, really. That's the number one thing I really want to leave you with. So what is next? So I'm now here in charge of the whole organization, and it is super exciting. And now I want to share my advice on actually the benefits I see after 3 days. I bet it's just the beginning, and I invite you to follow my hashtag #SuddenlyCEO. I'm going to be regularly live on Facebook, which I am right now, by the way, too, although you probably will be watching me via LinkedIn. So I'm going to take you along the journey and share my experiences and my thoughts and also my progress. But what I can say after 2.5 days of being the sole head of Manish is that it's also got some advantages that I've never thought possible before. I think the most important one is clear accountability. There is no more, okay, maybe she does it, or whom did we assign this customer to, or maybe she's seen the email, she's replied to it. Forget all of that. It is super tough to keep things rolling if there's no clear accountability. And to have a clear accountability when you're in business with your best friends, it's not some psychic thing, she did that already. No, you need to talk. And it's very tedious. So I'm now in the great position of knowing everything's on me. Everything is on me to do, to organize, to structure. That gives me it gives me structure. I know where I'm going. So that's one of the benefits, to really know it's on me. Number 2, I feel now a sense of responsibility and also of belonging I've never felt before. So there's Lily counting on that she can always come back, part-time as a sidepreneur or as one-time full-time. And the company is in a different state, is in a better state, has employees, worldwide markets, doubled, tripled, or whatever fold the revenue. And that, knowing that someone trusts me to run the company, that just gives me so much push. It's incredible. And where's Manish? We're not alone. We have 2 employees in Albania, Fatih and Christina, and they're with us, and they're going to stay with us, and even putting more resources and even more time into Manish, so that I also feel a sense of responsibility towards them, that although they've been on a team for a while, it is still much more intense, and it's duplicated in a way that was unthinkable. So what I guess I want to leave you with, because this is really just supposed to be a really short lunch break session, and I see the reaction is actually quite good. So we have Lily who says, hey, go Mike. We have Priyanka from India who leaves a big smile. Thank you for that. Even more people were not connected, so it's just a LinkedIn user. Christina, yeah, thanks for joining. New exciting chapter ahead. Johnny, hey, we haven't met. Let's connect afterwards. Power to you. Thank you so much for your support. So my little lunch intermission is about, when it comes down to, about change is the only constant, and that change is best embraced. There are these kind of changes that you can influence, that you make happen yourself. For example, like founding a company, committing to marry someone, to move abroad. All that proactive things are change you want for yourself as a challenge, as a way of recognition, or whatever your motivation. So this change you embrace kind of inherently because you're the driver. But there are also changes that are inflicted upon you. For example, referring back to my phase of cancer 5 years ago, I had no ability to influence that. I could only deal with the situation. Same if you are in the corporate world and you get a new boss and you really feel that it's really going to be tough getting along with that person. All those are external changes. And my advice is to still embrace them. Embrace them. Be positive about them. And then some days, weeks, months, how long ever it takes, of into it. Reflect on it and saying, well, was that a positive change? Have I changed in a positive way? Is that something that is in line with my values? Is that a new way of working, living, thinking? Is there anything that I can do to make it even better? Go down this road. If you, however, come to the conclusion that it's not the right change, think about how you can change it. What you can always change is your attitude. Even if you have cancer, you're still not the victim who just needs to accept what is happening. Be the captain of your life, embrace the change, or change it. And with that, I wish you a wonderful Friday after work, a beautiful weekend. And when am I next going to be live? Well, it's always going to be a Friday, but the next LinkedIn Live is going to be with Lily on our Malish company page on the 14th of October, because it's our lucky day where Malish was founded and where so many things just continue to happen. This is why it's also our joint LinkedIn Live date. I'm Maike Benner. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you for watching it also afterwards. Make sure you subscribe to my hashtag Suddenly CEO, or also in German Plötzlich CEO. And if we're not yet connected, please reach out to me. I'd love to have you in my network. Follow me if you're a bit shy. Connect directly with me if you know I'm the right gal and I can help you out with challenges on marketing and branding, with LinkedIn, with your team development. You want to instill the entrepreneurial spirit within your team. You want to start a business, become an entrepreneur, or you want to add on anything, whatever you want as a sidepreneur, I'm also there for you. So good vibes, absolutely. And thank you, Beate. Great success. Super happy for all your support. And I'll be seeing you in 2 weeks' time.